Hello, I'm Brian Tracy, and today I want to talk to you about how to become a better problem solver. Stress and unhappiness come not from situations, but from how you respond to those situations. Problems are a normal, natural, and unavoidable fact of life. Your work will be a continuous succession of problems, like the waves coming in from the ocean, one after another. You will have problem after problem all day long and into the evening. They never end. They only vary in size and importance. The only part of this problem situation that you can control is your attitude. Unfortunately, most people allow themselves to be overwhelmed by problems. They think and talk continually about who is to blame and why the problem occurred and the possible damage or cost. But this is not helpful. Instead, your job is to be solution-oriented and concentrate all your energies on what can be done to solve the problem, whatever it is. Solution-oriented people are the most valuable people in any organization. They are positive and constructive. They concentrate on what can be done now rather than what has already occurred and cannot be changed. Here is a powerful principle. You can change your attitude from negative and worried to positive and constructive in a single moment by simply switching your thoughts off of the problem and onto the solution. Instead of asking or worrying about who did what and who is to blame, you should instead ask the questions, what do we do now? And what's the solution? Your mind is designed in such a way that the more you focus on finding solutions, the more solutions you will find. The more you think and talk about solutions, the faster and easier you will come up with even better solutions. You will actually become more creative and competent at solving problems, dealing with difficulties, achieving goals, and getting key results as you discipline yourself to focus more and more on the positive, constructive steps that you can take.
So obviously here, discipline is critically important. Disciplining your tongue, disciplining your mind to focus only on those things. And one of the most disciplined cultures in the history of the world were the Spartans. Listen to these rules of Sparta, how you should behave.
The greatest shame for a Spartan was to return home alive from a lost battle. So too, do not return from a challenge having not given everything. Only consume plain food and never eat to the point of satisfaction. This will not only bring about a leanness for battle, but also foster mental fortitude. Seek out intense competition. You will push yourself much harder. Speed, strength, and agility are less essential than stamina, grit, endurance, and courage. Do not engage in gossip. Only engage in conversation that will nourish and strengthen your spirit. Fight for a good cause. Use every ounce of your being to push that cause further, and do not be afraid to defend it. Surround yourself with people who are ruthlessly devoted to becoming their greatest selves. A leader does not watch on safely from the rear. Continuously introduce yourself to difficult situations where you are forced to either sink or swim. A great Spartan must have the ability to quickly adapt. Refuse to be a victim of circumstance. Learn to be self-reliant and prepared for any situation. Find ways to implement short bursts of discomfort into your daily life. This will ensure growth and prevent you from falling into sloth. Dedicate yourself to perpetual physical training, regardless of circumstance and feelings.
Here is a powerful principle. You can change your attitude from negative and worried to positive and constructive in a single moment by simply switching your thoughts off of the problem and onto the solution. Instead of asking or worrying about who did what and who is to blame, you should instead ask the questions, what do we do now? And what's the solution? Your mind is designed in such a way that the more you focus on finding solutions, the more solutions you will find. The more you think and talk about solutions, the faster and easier you will come up with even better solutions. You will actually become more creative and competent at solving problems, dealing with difficulties, achieving goals, and getting key results as you discipline yourself to focus more and more on the positive, constructive steps that you can take. In business and in life, the better you get at solving problems, the bigger will be the problems that you will be given to solve. The bigger and more costly the problems you solve, the more money you will be paid, and the higher position you will attain. Your success in your career will be largely determined by your ability to solve the problems that you meet at your level. When you demonstrate that you can solve your current problems, you will be promoted to dealing with problems of greater complexity and importance, just as you get promoted to a higher grade in school when you have passed the exams at your current level. Resolve to be solution-oriented in your approach toward life and work. Be the kind of person that people bring their problems to, because you always have good ideas about how to solve them. The more you focus on solutions, the more effectively you think and the better solutions you come up with. You can put your entire life and career on the fast track toward being paid more and promoted faster by becoming an intensely solution-oriented person. Ask yourself these questions every day. What am I trying to do? How am I trying to do it? Could there be a better way? What is the limiting factor or constraint that determines how fast you achieve your most important goal or get your most important result? What one problem, if you solved it, would help you the most to move ahead more rapidly in your career? Write your key problem today at the top of a page in the form of a question. Discipline yourself to write a minimum of 20 answers to this question. Select one of these answers and take action on it immediately. Think in terms of solutions for the rest of your career. I want you to take a quick moment and think about how you faced problems that have come your way in the past. If you're someone who gets easily overwhelmed, you might find yourself making little or no progress on your career or in your life, at least currently. That's why I've come up with 5 steps that will help you solve problems in an orderly way and that will increase the power of your thinking. Sort of like a recipe in the kitchen for making a delicious dish. You have a recipe for problem solving that enables you to handle anything that life throws your way. The first step is to proceed with a positive attitude. Approach any problem with the knowledge that there's a practical solution just waiting to be found. Be relaxed and calm and confident and clear in your mind. The next step is to define the problem clearly. Define the problem clearly in writing. It's absolutely astonishing. When I work with a group of executives and I'll have each person write down a definition that they're working with in the company, and everyone will have a different definition of the same problem, which is why they never get it solved. The first thing you do every morning should be to write down your biggest challenges, the obstacles that stand between you and your goal, and then list them in order of importance. If you do this one simple step, you'll immediately see your productivity, performance, and your self-confidence increase by 25% or more. If you're not sure where to start, try asking, what exactly is the challenge that I'm facing? Never use problem. The very best word is always a challenge. What is causing me the greatest stress in my life right now? What situations or problems are making me unhappy or doubtful? Write it out clearly in detail. Fully 50% of situations can be resolved by accurate definition. That's why you need to search for the root cause of the problem. Fully 80% of all problems in personal and professional life come from a lack of clarity. What exactly is the problem? Approach the problem from different directions. Brainstorm unique solutions. And remember, there are likely multiple solutions to the same problem, not just one. Once you've written your solutions down, rank them in order of ease and likelihood to succeed. Then start attacking your problem with focus and clarity. And don't worry if your first solution doesn't work. You'll be ready to try the next tactic on your list. The fourth step is for you to take complete responsibility for your decisions. Remember, if it's to be, it's up to me. Accept complete responsibility for your actions and your progress. Many of the most creative ideas never materialize because no one accepts responsibility. Assume total responsibility and then set a deadline for completion and review. Remember, a decision without a deadline has no urgency, no beginning, and no end. The most successful leaders always hold themselves accountable to decisions and deadlines. To become someone that you have never been before, you must take full ownership of your life and do something that you've never done before. And there are two ways to deal with any setbacks along the way. To carry your problems as boulders that burden you along the way, or to use your setbacks as stepping stones to pave a new path for yourself, you'll get better and better and stronger. Success is the mark of a creative thinker. And when you use your ability to think creatively, your success can become unlimited.